It's the J Bass Today Show. Get ready for a good time, a good time. It's the J Bass Today Show. Get ready to ride.
Season's greetings. God bless you to each of you. Welcome to the J Bass Today Show. I am so excited to have this opportunity to share with you. I'm back by myself, and so we have an Our Daily Bread that I think is going to be a blessing to you. And as you see, I do not have my J Bass Today Show background because I want you to see the JBM Keys fundraiser that is yet going on and that you can be a part of. There's only one name that is missing off of here for one additional key, which would make it 7 keys out of 88. So there are 81 keys available, and your name can be on here as many times as you like. As you all are aware, this is helping me unlock my musical dreams. Those of you who are aware, this coming Sunday, I will be releasing my first single in quite a few years, Your Grace and Mercy. I've got everything uploaded. You see the big cheese on my face. It is because I got everything worked out so that on Sunday at 6:16 a.m., I'll get up a few minutes early and make it available so that you can get your copy. And of course, it'll be available anytime after that, but it will be available at that time. And so I got all my codes and everything I needed to be able to release it. I was a little concerned because it's Thursday and I hadn't seen the codes yet, but it was in a different place than I was expecting. They were telling me it was in one place, but it was in another. So I found it. Someone else helped me to find it, and I'm so grateful. You know, it just brings to mind when you're doing things that you are not used to, it is okay to get some help. I have blown these people's chat boxes up trying to figure out what do I need to do to make this happen, to make that happen. Can I do this? Is that an option? And I'm sure I might have worked somebody's nerve, but I don't care because you're there to help me, and I was helped, and I thank you. So thankfully, this song will be available on June the 16th if God allows me to live and have the strength and ability to get up that morning and make it available. So thank God for that. Look forward to it. As you have been noticing on social media, I have been releasing every day some kind of clip from the song, along with birthday greetings and information about where you'll be able to find the song, which is, of course, at my website, jbassministries.com. And here, of course, is how you can support via Zelle and Cash App. And so thank you all in advance. I thank God, you know, I don't have the big funds yet. I'm doing the best with what I have. And as Shantae and I shared on the JT show, it's something that you have to be made guilty. You have to be guilty and found guilty in supporting your own dreams and goals as well. And truly, I can say that I have been doing that. A lot of the things, even having this computer and the different things that are available to make things happen, is part of supporting my own dreams and goals. And so any additional support, whether it comes from strangers or the people that I know, which are many people, but either way, it is certainly appreciated. And I pray that as you hear the original compositions that God has blessed me to write and to bring forth here in the earth, that you too will be blessed and know that you played a part, even if it's $5 that you pay into one of our fundraisers. You know, strategy says do a fundraiser. If you don't have the money, do a fundraiser. And so, you know, I've gotten used to having the courage and the strength to do things that others might not. And so I honor God for that, because it's no need in being embarrassed. It's no need in being ashamed, because otherwise it wouldn't get done, or it would take much longer to get done if I didn't ask for help. But I recognize that I need the help. And so again, thank you to those of you who are willing to help. This Our Daily Bread is from November the 4th, 2019, and it is entitled, No Longer Afraid. When the Ethiopian police found her a week after her abduction, 3 black-maned lions surrounded her, guarding her as though she were their own. 7 men had kidnapped the 12-year-old girl, carried her into the woods, and beaten her. Lord have mercy. Miraculously, however, a small pride of lions heard the girl's cries, came running, and chased off the attackers. Look at how God provides for us. The lions stood guard until we found her, and then they just left her like a gift and went back into the forest, Police Sergeant Wandemu told one reporter. There are days when violence and evil like that inflicted on this young girl overpower us, leaving us without hope and terrified. In ancient times, the people of Judah experienced this. They were overrun by ferocious armies and unable to imagine any possibility of escape. Fear consumed them. However, God always renewed his unrelenting presence with his people. The Lord, the King of Israel, is with you. Never again will you fear any harm. Even when our catastrophes result from our own rebellion, God still comes to our rescue. The Lord your God is with you, we hear, the mighty warrior who saves. Whatever troubles overtake us, whatever evils, Jesus, the Lion of Judah, is with us. No matter how alone we feel, our strong Savior is with us. No matter what fears ravage us, our God assures us that he is by our side. Mighty warrior God, I need you. I need a mighty warrior to stand with me and overwhelm my fears. I am choosing to trust you. The key verse is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13. They will eat and lie down, and no one will make them afraid. Y'all, it's so much in this Our Daily Bread that just sticks out to me. You know, as you think about God being the God of the impossible, the word of God says what is impossible with man is possible with God. And it says in this that the people of Judah couldn't imagine any possibility of escape when these armies were coming against them. And just to think, and even as you read on, that God always renewed his unrelenting presence with his people. You know, that is why, and I'm really doing my best to hold it together now, because that's why I'm able to write a song like Your Grace and Mercy, because truly it has been his grace and his mercy and his unrelenting presence year after year, day after day, moment after moment, in these hard times that we experience in life that seem like it is impossible to get through, that God brought us through. We're here in this moment because he kept us, because he blessed us to get through. And so I give him honor, I give him glory, I give him praise. His unrelenting presence. That means he's going to be there for you whether or not you want him to. He has carried us through some time. I can testify as someone who's been suicidal, who has wanted to be done with life, that those times where I felt so low because of what life had thrown at me, that his unrelenting presence carried me through when I couldn't carry myself. And anytime I think about that, it brings me back to our childhood, that many of us take it for granted that as we were babies, God used people, which I consider angels in that season, who took care of us. We were vulnerable. We could not protect ourselves. We couldn't feed ourselves. We couldn't change ourselves. We couldn't clothe ourselves. We couldn't provide shelter for ourselves. But God used someone else to see about our needs so that we could grow into a place where we could do it for ourselves. And so thank God so much for those times that we were carried when we could not carry ourselves. And so, if I have any encouragement for this particular broadcast today, that is the encouragement to remember that the same God who carried you through your childhood, your birth, your adolescent years, all of that time, even into the teenage years where we're coming into our own and trying to figure out what's really going on with all of this, and we're tossed to and fro trying to deal with what we've heard and learned from childhood, and making adjustments, what's real, what's not. That even in those times, He carries us. His unrelenting presence is there for us. And so I honor God. I don't have much for this episode today. I'm just grateful for this kind of lesson, because it is a reminder that God has been so gracious and merciful to us. And I can say, surely goodness and mercy have been following us all the days of our life. And so, if you're in that place where you're ready to give up, just remember that you made it this far because grace and mercy, goodness and mercy have been following you all the days of your life, and it will continue to follow you. You might be in a disturbing situation right now, and situations arise. I'm in a situation now where we register early for these conventions in hopes first to get the cheaper registration price, but then in hopes that, especially the songwriter, that one of the songs will be selected. And so for the first time in 2 conventions, not one song was selected. And so now I'm having to backtrack and see if I can get registration back, because of course you don't really have the money just to put and what I guess maybe sow a seed into the convention. They have other people that are doing that. And especially when you're recording your music and you have money, you don't really have money to just throw away. It's not necessarily throwing away, because it is sowing a seed if they don't give it back. But just thinking about knowing that I'm doing something, according to one of the convention attendees that he's never heard of, asking for the registration back, because I can think of multiple things musically I'll be able to do with that registration. I can turn that over right to the studio and be able to have several hours of vocal recording. I can put that towards production. I can pay the drummer for another track. It's multiple things that I can do with those funds. And so to be in that kind of position, I couldn't be afraid to ask. I couldn't. I wanted to attend, especially in both cities that the conventions are held in. And then knowing just how powerful spiritually the conventions are, I want to go. It is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But anytime that I go, I end up having to go into the red with hotel, food for the week, and transportation to get there. All those things play a factor. And, some people may not understand, but you know what? I will no longer be afraid to do what I believe is what wisdom is pertaining to my life. It looks like this is exercising wisdom to at least ask, I did by faith pre-register and submit music. And so since it didn't work out, it is what it is. But I just, knowing that God again is with us, and it makes me think about something we've talked about probably on the JT show. I probably have talked about it here too. How it is that on one side, the blessings are going up. When I look at the single, when I hear about what's happening on my birthday and know some of the things that are going on, that's going up. It's a birthday blessing. It's truly a blessing on this side. But then on the other side, you have these issues and these concerns that are lower and concerning, and you have to be able to find a place of balance in between, and know that although there are burdens or issues on one hand, there are blessings on the other. And so it all works together, and it is a part of life. And so again, you may be looking at your burdens, and that may be really affecting you, and you're thinking about giving up. But I want you to take a minute, seriously, to count your blessings. What is working in your life? Are you breathing? Are you able to see, hear, smell, taste? Is the blood running through your veins? Are your lungs expanding? Is your heart beating? Those are multiple blessings right there that a lot of times we take for granted, because if one of those things gets out of whack, our lives could be changed significantly, very significantly. One thing in our bodies that gets out of whack, our lives can be changed significantly. And so every day that the Lord keeps us with our health and our strength, that we're clothed and in our right mind, surely, surely we have reasons to count our blessings. Thank God for a roof over our head, food on our table, shoes on our feet, clothes on our back. We take those things for granted, but those are blessings because truly we know that not everyone has that. But for some reason, because of the purpose that God has on our lives, because of where he's taking us and what he wants to use us to do, because who's to say that he's not using somebody out on the streets, that he's allowed to become homeless, to minister out there in a way that some of us would not be able to do? Because we'd probably be depressed and oh, woe is me, but this person is probably out there ministering and blessing the people of God that are out there who do feel hopeless. And so it's all about God's purpose, his presence, and what it is that he has for us to do. I thank him for his provision. I thank him for his protection. Surely God is good to us. I thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me for this 31st episode of the J Bass Today Show, premiering today, June 13th. Oh, y'all, it is Gemini season in full effect. And of course, this is coming out 3 days before my official day. And I am just so grateful. Again, if you want to be a part of our birthday festivities, all you have to do is go to my social media. You'll see information on the day full of festivities and activities, starting with 2 church services, baptism, and then now the only thing is the party, according to the party host, has been completely filled. However, there is more room, but if we go over the certain number, then we would have to get more security. And so that would be an extra cost. But if you want to come, you need to contact her and let her know. And if we need to make provision, I just want to be able to celebrate. And, thinking of the burdens, I'm looking at the blessings, but thinking of the burdens that have overwhelmed us in some of these past years, it seems like, people don't want to celebrate or come together when you host something, when it's related to me. And so to hear her say that the party is filled, that those many people have RSVP, that is a blessing. I count that as a blessing, and I'm looking forward to celebrating. And again, you can be a part. Shantae is sitting here in the room. She's doing her own thing. But if she has a word to share as far as that is related, whatever I'm supposed to say, then this is a good time for her to share off camera, of course. But
I don't, because I haven't really been tuned in the whole time.
Oh, I'm sitting here and you had okay. Well, I was talking about the party, but okay.
Yeah, make sure that y'all have RSVP. Do not show up at that door if y'all have not contacted me, please, so that at least we can know ahead of time what we're looking at. If you still want to come, Jay said that it's okay, but make sure you contact ahead of time, y'all.
Which is like ASAP.
Yeah, which is literally Saturday, no later than Saturday for sure.
Because they're cooking a big old soul food. They're getting all my favorite foods together. Oh my gosh, my mouth is set. I pray that whatever is going on in my body is done so that I can eat the fullness of all that food. Oh my goodness. Okay, Shantae, back to you.
As Jay said, yes, we have to know for seating and food wise and everything. We're gonna have an abundance of food, but we just want to make sure that everybody is, comfortable and able to celebrate as we, really want to for Jay. So call me, text me, 409-692-5819.
409-692-5819.
Hope to see you Sunday.
All right. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the J Bass Today Show.
It's the J Bass Today Show. And if you change your attitude, you can change your life. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I found out. Now I'm telling you.